Hi everyone, the Mature Simmer here. Welcome to this week's edition of Mods Worth Noting. Sorry to have been away for a while, but there were no mods being released over the holidays, so there was nothing to be discussed. But there are several pages of new mods that have appeared this week, so let's get going. So the first one that caught my attention was Government Drain by Casa Farms. This appears to operate both for console and PC, and it lets you place a drain on your farm to dispose of unwanted liquids in this government drain. So basically the intent is, if you need to clear out a tanker, you can dump certain products into the drain, and there's a modest fee. It says water is free. I did also note this comment here. However, you should keep in mind that some liquids, it's illegal to dispose of them around your village, and if you do this, you will surely have to pay a fine for illegal disposal. So I'm assuming if you do things that aren't in this list of things that are supported, you're going to get some sort of a penalty, and it's going to cost you substantially more to use this government drain. Certainly if you're trying to do a role play or some other type of gameplay that would have this be useful to incorporate, this was definitely something a little out of the ordinary. Next one is Powerful Spotlights Pack. It basically looks like it includes two spotlights, one that automatically turns on and one that requires you to manually turn it on with the slight cost difference. So if you're looking for some placeable lights to help brighten up your farmyard, you might want to take a look at this mod. This next one that caught my eye, Silo's Multi-Fruit by Omatana. It caught my eye more for the visuals than for how it functions. I will admit a 5 million liter capacity for only 30,000 certainly would skew anyone who's trying to kind of keep balance in gameplay. But if you're okay with that and looking for silos that take up a small footprint on the land but yet have massive capacity, this might be a mod that is for you. So this one by FS22 Mods continues to come out with gameplay impacting mods, is Field Creator. So this is basically a pack of equipment that has capability built into it that is a field creator that works with the helper. And it does impact cultivators, of which there are 11, disc harrows, of which there are 9, power harrows, of which there are 4, and subsoilers, of which there are 3. From my understanding, and I have not tried this mod out, it looks like you need to be near a field, and then it will run parallel to that field in a straight line, but it does talk about that it knows no limits and will just continue to drive straight and draw aisles in the landscape. So never let it drive alone, and deactivate it at the desired turning point and turn it around manually. So there's definitely some risk here of it just continuing all the way to the edge of your map, for example, if you're not paying attention. But it does sound like maybe it includes a little bit of aid to help your fields maintain the contours you want, in that it helps almost with a mini auto drive function. Another mod that you may have enjoyed from FS19 that has returned is Instant Wash. With this, you can just press the insert key and it washes your vehicle to a fully washed state. Just a nice little feature if you're not into using the pressure washer, taking time, and you want to keep your vehicles clean and want to do it quickly. The next mod is First Person Horse Riding Camera. So this gives you another option in your menu to go ahead and create a first person view of being on the horse, which will give you a different way to move around the map if you have some horses as opposed to walking around and so forth. So if you're looking for something like this So next, this mod appeared and seemed kind of interesting. It's Headland Management. Similar to the GPS in that you have to purchase it and add it to your vehicle in the shop. The cost for it is $3,000. And also, again, as GPS, you activate it with a key press. By default, that's Shift X, and the GUI is brought up by Shift Control X. What it does is it automates some functions when you reach the end of the headland. such as raising and lowering the implement, changing cruise control speed, and changing the activations of things like guidance steering or GPS. So you can see the intended functions here, including ridge markers, controlling crab steering, disengage and re-engage power takeoffs and hydraulics, and it includes some sounds when headland management is activated. So it works in conjunction if you have other mods. So if you have a vehicle control add-on, it will deactivate and reactivate GPS, anything with differential locks, and using the turn function of that mod for GPS, it'll also deactivate that, and it can also automatically activate headland management when the headland is reached, and the speed control mod also has some tie-ins. So this is certainly a more complex mod than some of the ones that may appear in the Modhub, but once again, this may be something might be useful for you. So this one changes the game dynamics, better placeable sell prices. So you've got a 1 month grace period if you place and then sell a placeable, where you'll get 100% of the placeable cost back. And then the price reduces and reduces every month after that. This is a script available for you. Next mod, Vehicle Control Add-on, has several functions such as peaking forward, backwards, left, and right. You can do things to set some throttle limits, and if you don't have GPS or want something a little simpler, it has a very basic set of functions. I'll leave it to you to determine if this provides the functionality you need. The next mod, Placeable Filling Stations, give you some options for the supplies you'll need on the farm, such as seeds and fertilizer, so that you don't have to purchase big bags or pallets from the store. So you place this on your farm, and then it gives you a point you can drive up to and refill your vehicles. So this is a simple mod, Total Mixed Ration Pack, where basically you can just buy your TMR pre-mixed as opposed to buying the components or growing the components and having a TMR mixer. So this one was a bit intriguing, Grow Now. It's a mod that basically, with the press of a button, lets you advance your crop's growth stage. Completely removes any kind of standard motion through the game, so as close to a cheat as you'd have in your crop growth. But if you just want to be able to control it and enjoy doing certain things in the game and just moving very quickly from planting to harvesting, this should help you along. Another simple mod for a simple purpose that has existed in previous versions, Horse Helper. So if you don't want to ride your horse and give them the daily exercise they need to continue to grow in value, you can use this mod and you'll have a helper that will do it for you for a fee. So this mod, Quick Camera, does exactly what it says. It gives you an option to get different camera views on your farm, both when walking and using a vehicle. And here's the example of the menu of the different types of things you're able to do, where you can just quickly have changes in where you're looking. There is some complexity here in having to turn off certain keybinds for this to properly function, so just make sure to follow the important instructions. But if you're looking to have some different options on how to look around, this is certainly something that may be worth examining.